on the 12th of November down through the years, and it's great to hear about these hymn writers and kind of get a grip on who they were. We have let me ask you this. Brother Richard, would you mind going back and getting me a prayer request sheet? I didn't pick one up. All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I can ask you a couple of questions tonight to see if you're alert. Here's one. What is a scarecrow's favorite holiday food? You got to think about this one. You know, huh? No. Stuffing. What should your husband name his internet connection? Well, this is good if you think about it. The husband should name his internet connection Wi-Fi. WIFE/I. Wi-Fi. I thought that was hilarious. Okay. Here's one. What kind of tree loves to go to the ocean? Think of all the different names of trees. This one kind of matches it, going to the ocean. No. It's called a beech tree. BEECH. All right. What do fish hire to play? What do fish hire to play at their weddings? When fish is going to get married, what do they hire to play? Right? Fish hire big bass bands to play at their wedding. Things are going south as we speak. This is the easy one right here. Why don't fish play basketball? There's a primary reason that they wouldn't play basketball. No. That's it right there. They want to stay away from the net. See, Gene? Appreciate you bailing me out on that one. Oh, my. All right, we want to look at, before we take prayer requests, here's a missionary letter. This is from the Subic Bay Ministry, Brother Valbuena. And, of course, the last letter we had, they had come in and shut down their orphanages. And he said, I want to provide an update regarding the current situation and the Department of Social Welfare and Development. As many of you know, we've been faithfully serving children and families for over 30 years, providing shelter, care, spiritual guidance, and a nurturing Christian environment. In recent months, the home has been subject to a cease and desist order by the Department of Social Welfare Development. Following this, our team worked diligently and completed all the required compliance measures as of September 2025, fulfilling every directive outlined by the department. We had every expectation that upon a review of our submissions, the home would be reinstated and allowed to reopen its ministry operations. However, despite our full compliance, the department has again issued another cease and desist order. The latest directive repeats several previously addressed requirements and introduces an additional compliance issue concerning the alleged presence of a paddle. He put that in parentheses, on the premises. He said, we wish to emphasize there's been no evidence of child abuse or misconduct at our facility. They don't have any evidence at all. Our staff and volunteers remain committed to the safety and well-being and dignity of every child in our care. It is our sincere belief that the recent actions taken by this department are unwarranted and do not reflect the true character or record of our ministry. It's disheartening to see these developments as they seem to indicate a continued reluctance to acknowledge that the accusations made against our home were baseless and unsupported by the facts Instead, new and redundant compliance issues have been raised, seemingly an attempt to find grounds to further action against us. And he says, out of respect for the due process and the defense of our integrity, the Subic Bay Children's Home leadership has decided to formally file a complaint regarding what we believe malicious and inconsistent protocols applied in our case. So he goes on to say, you know, we had the privilege of holding our annual youth camp, which was a tremendous success and a time of great spiritual renewal, attended by over 200 young people. And so be praying for their continued reinstatement. And of course, the kids that were in that home have been farmed out to really bad places and farmed out to foster homes and other organizations that are anti-God, anti-Bible. So you know, you wouldn't think that would come about in the Philippines, but the winds of change blow. Yes?
They're waiting for a payoff.
Is that what it is? They're waiting for a pay?
Yeah.
Wow.
Government authorities, that's big time.
Yeah. Well, Ed would know. Ed would know. He spent 30-something years over there, so I want to keep him in our prayers, Brother Valbuena. And then if you look at our prayer request there, and of course we want to put down, you got Effie Akins on there, and Effie's been out. Last Wednesday, I believe it was, she dropped a pan on her shin and cut her shin real bad, and she lost a lot of blood. And as you know, Effie has to get blood in order to have any strength to go. And she had recently got a pint of blood, but apparently she lost about the same amount. And she's going to, she's very weak, as we expect, and she's going to talk to her doctor soon. They did some tests, and they're going to determine how much blood they need to give her. So be praying for Effie. Also, below Effie is the name of an old friend of mine, Asa Schramm. He had late-stage esophagus cancer, and also cancer had reached his adrenal gland, and he's going tomorrow to MD Anderson for, hopefully he believes will be his last need to go there. His cancer disappeared in his adrenal gland, and all of his esophagus cancer is gone, except there was one small speck, but they're not even sure that was cancer. So he's headed there tomorrow and going to find out if he's cancer-free. So we're going to pray for him tonight that would be the case. Also pray for Jackie's family and Charles Adams. I heard from Charles this week. Marion Carnley, Glenda Lacoste, Floyd Brock, Jim Licklider. All of these are shut-ins. Also underneath the next bottom of the next list, Matthew Keeler, Randall's nephew. I understand he's home now, recovering from a major surgery on his leg. David Brock, last Wednesday night, you know, we had found out he got in a wreck. He wasn't supposed to even be out, but he shows up Sunday morning. And he really beat himself up. You noticed he was in a sling, supposed to get his shoulder looked at. It's amazing that he was here, but he was, and we appreciate that. And Kathy Zarbuck's, Chris' sister, having surgery tomorrow on 3 aneurysms. And we want to remember Kathy and Helen Valmas, Amara Hayden, and also pray for Monica and David Fortney concerning their family needs. I think they're going to be going into a judge tomorrow about trying to get her parents some help, and they have to have a judge to sign off on it. And I'll be praying for Monica during this time. Pray for Dave McKenzie and also Rita's mom, and keep them in your prayers. And I think that's all that I have tonight. Country and lost loved ones. Of course, we have our Awana and our young adults ministry over there and teens, and these other issues that we have listed here. Somebody else got one you want to, Judy, and we'll go back. Yeah. Wow. Okay, Shannon Henderson. I also want to mention that Allie Brinson was supposed to be going home here today. Yeah. Okay, and recovering from her surgery. You want to keep her in your prayers. And anybody else? Yes, Kitty? Yes, the young little boy there continue going through cancer treatment. Aaron? All right, who else? Yes. Yeah, we got Allie. Yeah. Allie. And who else? Anybody? Yeah. All right. There's Sammy right up there, man in the fort. So.